I was craving pizza, so I made some. And yes, this is one serving. Let me show you how I made it. For my crust, we're going to be putting flax meal seed with some eggs, seasoning, and water. This is all based on your macros, but for me, I'm going to be using 3 tablespoons of flaxseed meal. This is actually the first time that I've ever used this, so we will see. Apparently it expands. And I'm wearing a glove because I cut my thumb yesterday, and we're not dealing with that today. Off camera, I did add the 3 tablespoons of water. We're going to add just a little bit of oregano. I don't actually like oregano that much, but I want flavor. And then, of course, salt and of course, garlic powder and onion powder. It goes in everything. Tons of it. Love it. Pizza. I want it to be garlicky. And salt and pepper. With my tiny little whisk, we are just going to mix this together and let it sit for a few minutes. This is not a pizza crust. This is a pizza wrap disguised as a crust that kind of resembles, but not really, but it holds your pizza together. I normally do fathead pizza dough, but it blows my macros out of the water. And being 30 grams or less of carbs a day, I want to enjoy my food. I want bulk. I want to act like I'm eating. And fathead pizza dough does not do that for me. So, on my journey to find the best pizza dough, we are now trying this version. I have a few more versions I want to try, but if you have any keto-friendly, very low carb, no macros pizza crust, let me know down in the comments below because your girl is on a journey and we're trying to find the best one. All right, so this is mixed up as good as it's going to get. We're going to let it hang out for a little bit and we're going to move on to the sauce. If you also hear like a lot of commotion in the background, my dog has the zoomies, so sorry about that. All commercial pizza sauces have sugar in them. I can't get into all the logistics, but there's a lot of ingredients I also can't have that are in some of the healthier brands. So I make my own pizza sauce. I use tomato paste and diced tomatoes, and I just cook it on the stove just for a little bit in a pan that I don't care about that it won't stain. If you know, I use ceramic all the time, and those babies will stain. I go ahead and make the whole thing, so I dump the whole can in. It just makes it a little easier to separate out. This will make 4 servings. Sometimes at that, like if you don't even like a saucy pizza, this will last a lot longer. And I just make it and just reuse it for other things all the time. So we're gonna put that together. I'm gonna put some more seasonings, literally just the same seasonings. Onion, garlic, salt and pepper. We're gonna mix this all up and we're gonna put it on the stove and warm it up. What we're going to do is just loosen everything up a little bit, and then I'm going to take my immersion blender, and we're just going to make this as smooth as sauce and not chunky sauce. My oven's preheated to 400, so we're going to line my pan. We're going to spray it a little bit just so we make sure nothing sticks. And then we're going to put my crust mix in it. Stir it up, make sure get all the good stuffs. All right. See if I can scrape some of this out. I cut the inside of my thumb, so like holding stuff is not the easiest. Like I can't hold it and flip it. Let me try like this. I was cutting something with a razor blade, and so fun stuff. Let's see if we can get this toe out a little bit. I mean, she's thin. She's thin. I almost wonder if doing a tinfoil would have been better, but let's kind of spread it out. You know what? It might not be like the best looking pizza, but it's going to be good. Alexa, start a timer for 13 minutes. 13 minutes. I always make a gluten pizza when I make my keto pizza. So I'm just going to take the pan, spray it down. My countertop is washed and ready for this dough, so don't freak out. Boom. And then I gotta take the paddle out. If you made the dough right, it shouldn't stick to the counter. It should just easily spread out for you. Sometimes I get it a little too wet. I got an older bread machine, and sometimes I have to customize the ingredients a little bit. So sometimes I do have to add a little flour. But let's see if we can get it to spread out nicely. think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it in my pan. The sauce is loosened up nice and well. I'm gonna put just the tiniest bit of water in it just to help the blender. All right, let's blend. All right, that looks fantastic to me, nice and smooth. Let's throw this in the sink. Now, this sauce I'm going to use for both pizzas. And like I said, it's about 4 servings, but we like it a little thin around here, so I'm probably going to put like maybe not even that much in there. We'll see. This kind of depends how I make this all the time, but it's like every time is different. A little air bubble right there. I love this dough. Before I became keto, I came across this dough and oh my gosh, it's an artesian bread dough, is what it is. It literally makes the best pizza dough ever. When I host pizza parties for the kids, this is the dough I make. Everybody brags about it, everybody wants the recipe. So, yeah, it's amazing. While we wait a few more minutes for my dough to get done, I'm just doing his pizza right now. I'm doing spinach, pepperoni, and mushroom on mine with cheese, of course. He's not going to do the spinach part, so I just did some mushrooms, and then we're going to do some pepperoni. There's a lot of zoomies happening right behind me and underneath me. We like our toppings under the cheese. Are you a toppings above or under? I think it's better under because it doesn't burn the pepperonis, but everything still gets like melty and gooey. So tell me what you like. I'm just going to lay these pepperonis out. I like to go in a circle, occasionally drop a pepperoni. I've already done that a couple of times, so I'm not going to do it again. They love pepperoni. Cats too. Cat, dog, me, all of us. So yeah, I just go in a circle. Boom. And then just load up the cheese. We like cheesy pizzas. I get a little bit on the crust. It gives it more of a restaurant feel. Sometimes I even butter and garlic the crust part, just the outer rim. Sometimes I don't. Switch it up a little bit. This time I did not. But yeah, if you melt some butter and then put a little garlic on it, it's good. That is the timer for my crust. Alexa, turn off. Let's finish his up real quick and then we'll get mine over here. Alexa, set the timer for 17 minutes.
17-minute timer started.
There, hopefully you guys can see it. It's supposed to be a little flimsy, a little flexible, which it is, but I think it looks pretty good. There. Let's put a little sauce. And by the way, this is 1 serving. Everything here is 1 serving. It's a lot of pizza compared to the normal amounts of pizza if I was not doing this version. I wasn't really thinking about the size of this when I was planning out my toppings, so I might actually do a little less toppings. Let's tear this up and see where we're at. Spinach like wilts down to nothing, so I'm not afraid to put too much on there. For the fathead pizza dough, I'm only allowed like 1 piece. If I take this whole pan, this pan right here, and I cut it into 6, that is 1 serving, 1 piece of that. So like a 1/6 of this pan. So I'm literally getting like 4 times that amount with this dough. I probably shouldn't call it a dough with this crust. Okay, actually, this is 2 ounces of spinach. I actually think it's going to be perfect. The spinach is literally just to add a little bulk to it. Like I said, I want to feel like I'm eating, even though I'm not eating very many macros at all. I'm in a very severe calorie deficit. That's perfect. I like to take, I'm going to take mine out to the sides. I like mine to the side. And then I'm just going to put, this is 2 ounces of mushroom. We're just going to hope it works. Oh yeah, I think it actually will. Perfect, perfect. Spread that out just a little bit. There again, just love mushrooms anyway. Also wanted to add bulk. This is 30 grams of pepperoni. Did you know 30 grams is actually 15 slices? But I actually tore a little bit off for my cat. So yeah, they did it in a really nice serving size way. Perfect. I think this is going to be perfect. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is fitting better than I thought. Let's put that little piece right there. Oh, yes. And this is 3 ounces of cheese. Can we stop the violence, guys? I am busy trying to make delicious food. Oh my God, So ready to eat this. This is gonna be so great. It's gonna be a lot of food. I may not be able to finish it. It's gonna be so much food compared to what I'm normally used to. All right, here is the moment of truth. Let's try it and see how it is. It is a little corner piece right here. It kind of tastes like, I'm gonna try a little bit by itself. It kind of tastes like a whole wheat flatbread. Honestly, with all the toppings and stuff, it's absolutely delicious. Stay tuned. We're going to try more crust, but so far, this is the winner.